Cali girl, that's my girl right there. Go ahead, Cali girl.
Bring the lion out. Okay, bring the lion out. What's going on?
Oh, that must be Mia's up in here. Hi. Mwah.
I don't think.
Man, we're not even gonna stress that.
I wouldn't even care.
I wasn't stressed. I was giving love.
Hey, if anybody came up in here, hello.
Oh, hi, Mia.
I don't think she's up in here.
Yeah, you sure? Yes, she is.
But this is what everybody's eyes locked on the screen. Why?
I'm just wondering what people up here. I appreciate it. Thank you. Ooh, I'm feeling warm.
I always watch the screen anytime I'm in a live.
Don't know, so I don't know what you're talking about. And if you, I'm assuming people are talking about T. Nathan. We don't know any more than what you guys know about T. Nathan, other than Lloyd has more communication with him. So if that's what y'all talking about, that's it.
And that's the only. Hey, that's the only reason why I go open up a page today and have 3,000 followers tomorrow.
Wait, what did you say?
Hey, you thought higher education? You thought higher education TikTok going up there? Yeah, we won't care. You thought something else up there? All right, Gassy.
I mean, it's.
Hey, what's up, I speak? I speak.
Oh, Anthony came back up in here?
The king has entered the building.
He said, I have arrived.
No. I have arrived, yes.
You know what, King?
I know St. James. I know. I just like give people a hard time. I just like, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, that's the fastest I ever made it to 1,000 followers. I make a backup page. They're like, man, we need updates. I get 1,000 followers real quick.
Look,
he said, everyone relax.
I'm here. Right?
Maintain your panic, right?
Shoot. Everybody like, what?
Yeah.
To the rest. Oh, wait. Your live is going to grow now. The king has entered the building.
Did someone say how old are people? What? Man, let me see. Hey, all these comments will come by slow. We can read them. Anthony, come up in here. I can't read the comments fast enough
anymore. Don't be alarmed. The king is in the building. I speak eyes. Bella, I speak.
Dang, you ain't lucky. I speak ain't never came in my life.
I mean, that's my brother.
Hey,
hold on. Hey, and you know how his misogynist run?
Hey, you want to hear something funny? They told me that I was an internal misogynist.
The petty.
You know how it is.
Hey,
Anthony, did you see the video I did? I did a video, and I used the song. The song is called Goofy. Talking about goofies. You got to go check that song out.
Hey, St. James said, me too, Cuban.
What? You're an internal misogynist?
Yep.
Oh my God, that Goofy song is off the chain. I thought of you when I did it. Well, I mean, I'll think of you every time I hear Goofy for the rest of my life.
Oh, heck yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I miss Buckle Up, Let's Talk About It. Now at the end, hey.
No,
in fact, hold on.
No, you're not even doing it right. Buckle Up, Goofy.
Hey, hold on, no. Well, Goofy, hey, you can tell he's mad because he'll wind up. He'll be like this. Goofy.
That's why I did.
Goofy. Hey, he'll pull that Goofy from well here and be like, Goofy.
And then he'll walk. Exit stage left.
Yeah, and he'll walk. Goofy.
Exit stage left.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Anthony, you need to drop that video and be like, hey, you're going to give $20 whoever can do the best Goofy. That right there, hey, I'll give you
wait. I guess I'm the slowest one here. I never realized that he had different voices, right? Someone just said it, his morning voice. I heard him do a video the other day, and he sounded like a straight fucking serial killer. I was like, what is wrong with him? He's like...
Oh, no, hey, morning boy.
He's like,
Hey, how's everybody doing? As you can see, I just woke up. When I wake up, this house now. But what's been told to me is that some bullshit's going on. And the bullshit ain't gonna do it. And it was like this. Good. Hey.
So apparently.
Hey.
No, so apparently.
Hey, we got this. Hey, so good day, Goofy.
this is Kool-Aid man.
Oh, you gonna make me. Oh,
hey,
my God.
The queen has said it. The queen herself. Now, we didn't have to. The queen said that it's Kool-Aid.
Hey, you got, hey, I just got my new Nerf gun. And y'all know what time it is? It's time to go Goofy party.
Hey, I just want to say
That's him.
Hey, look, I was watching a live with Ice Speaks and his wife, Tasha, and I just love watching you guys. And you know, you guys they were talking about how people shouldn't put them on the pedestal because they have real life shit going on.
Everyone
royalty
has entered the chat. That's
hey,
right.
No, I know that, but I love watching your interaction, and I love watching your guys' videos because you guys are.
The video they did the other day, yesterday was so smooth. When he was dancing and she was dancing behind him. And she was fucking.
No, that's
she
not
said, who did it better? I just want you to tell you guys Tasha won that one.
No, I'm talking. Hey, do you see that one? About put your wife.
Too.
He said, the reason why you put your wife on your screensaver, and so every time you have a hard day.
Oh,
Yeah, that was good.
But she won that one. You had to go to her page to see. Look, I be following her especially when they do duets. I be over there.
She didn't one with Anthony dancing behind her.
His ankle.
Yeah. Tasha telling the truth. He's struggling with his ankle.
Well, he couldn't twerk either.
Hey, my question is, what was the hell was you doing on the ground when you're trying to grab me?
Okay, if you don't have the answer to that, you getting too old, bruh.
No, hey, I don't know what it was. I really don't know what she's doing.
No, but I really like the one. Listen, what was cool is I was in his live when she was getting dressed and doing the makeup change for their other duet. Bring Your Ass to Me. I was on his live when she was getting ready for it, and we were picking out her outfits. And so it was cool seeing it after the fact. Y'all did that shit.
Oh yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
They're
The thirst trap.
Hey, but you should see them during Halloween last year when they was all wearing the same Halloween outfit. No, I was telling Anthony, they TikTok royalty. We didn't watch the birth, but we all was like watching like video after video of her getting ready to give birth to Cairo. So it feels like
you told me about that the other day.
Yeah, I'm talking about. Look, I'm like, wow. I mean, gave birth in the living room in a big old like one of them little it wasn't a tub, but it was a pool, a little kiddie
birthing
pool.
bath.
Yeah, they had a birthing bath. I mean, I was like, wow. Yeah, I remember.
Hey, look, if I can say anything, I just want to say this. I've gotten into a lot of arguments behind. Listen, I'm gonna say I've gotten a lot of arguments with people about I Speaks, but it wasn't because of I Speaks. It was because I was defending his wife because I can't imagine what it's like for people to keep talking shit to my husband. You know what I'm saying? Like I went in on women about how dare you talk to someone else's husband like that. Like, but with all bullshit aside, I have so much respect for Tasha and how she carried herself and get down. Like she carried herself like a true queen.
Yep.
And I just love it. I just love watching.
And I mean, and the thing is, and if people actually,
I'm cut from a different cloth. You don't disrespect no one's husband.
But you know the best thing about it, they compliment each other.
I'm clear.
Hey, they compliment each other. They complete each other. But here's the best unique part about it: they both could stand on their own 2 feet no matter where they go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I tell you, I was watching the live. Hey, Tasha had a live, right? One of the best lives. It was her and I believe it was E.B. Reddy, and they were talking about the struggles of a mother when they feel like when they want to do something for themselves, but they feel like they're selfish. And because
I get it. I'm a single mom, so I get it.
Right, and I when the way I guess it was just because it was polarizing, one, and two, just the fact that they would get up there and talk about that. Yeah, the guilt of it. And I was like, yo, I said that was cool. I'm like, I really I like listen to. I was literally driving home, and usually I watch Roland Martin. Hell, I was watching them. You know what I'm saying? It's my lunchtime. I was watching them my whole lunch. I'm sitting like driving to lunch, like, man, this is what I'm talking about right here. Yeah. I'm like, it was good. I just loved it. It was just a great live.
And someone asked, I think it's I speak. I always say I speaks. That's just the way I talk, and I've always said I speaks. It's I speak though.
Yeah, but he does have I speaks.
They have
he has
a great relationship, and I've had the pleasure of seeing them on and off the app. You know,
I love watching them. Yeah. You know what I really love? You know what I tell you what I love about them the most? Even though Anthony and Tasha have talked about, they have problems just like anyone else. But what I love about them is because of their age and having their shit together. And that, to me, is amazing to watch. I have a 19-year-old, so he's only like 10, 11 years younger than Anthony. So it's just the way our generation is right now. It's just awesome to see him be the stand-up person that he is.
Oh yeah.
To his kids, to his wife, to just the whole ambiance.
Well,
it's just as an old ass woman, it's just awesome to watch.
Well, that's right. Go ahead, Mom.
It's really nice to see, and I Tasha knows, Aunt knows too. It's really nice to see that not only do they have their stuff together now, and this is why people like me really fight off this app. Because it's for people like Tasha and Aunt, which are younger than my own natural.
Anthony's going live in 15 minutes.
It's for people like Tasha and Aunt that are younger than my own kids, but it's also for their kids that's coming behind me. And they have a plan. You know what I'm saying? They have a true plan, and it's so beautiful to watch them grow and mature into their plan. So that's really, for me, because I get them on that level.
Well, I mean, because they're the same age as my daughter is 30, so they're the same age as my daughter.
But you know,
their kids are like my grandkids.
But the best thing about it is Anthony, right? He said he had a video, and I don't know how many people caught it, but y'all know what underway means in the Navy? So underway means when they're about to go out to sea, right? So Anthony's talking about his shore duty's coming to an end, and so now he's probably about to go. Maybe I think it's like 6. Sometimes they leave for 6 months, sometimes over about a year, and so he's spending time with the kids, doing all the things right here, and then this is the reason why we always tell military wives why they are the backbone of their husband, is because Tasha's about to go to being almost like. And it's not a single mother, but her husband's going to be gone. So she got to pay all the bills, do all that. Then when Anthony comes back, integrate them back into the family. And people don't understand how much stress that is, knowing that someone has to leave. And then when they come back, we say, all right, 2 months.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? But the feeling of when the husband leaves, you pick up all the slack, and then when they come back.
Or husband, right. The spouse.
Or any spouse. But you've been doing it for so long by yourself, then that person comes back and you got to integrate them back into your life. And so military spouses always I always tell them, hey, that's one of the hardest jobs in the world. They came out with this a name called Dependa. I've always called them Household 6. Now, if y'all don't know what Household 6 means, 6 is always like the commander element. So we call them Household 6. Yeah, she's the commander of the house. You know what I'm saying? So, I always, that's in the military. Hey, man, we got to go do this thing. Hey, I got to check with Household 6. All right, so knowing that
I personally am anti-marriage, so if I ever get married, I'm going to make sure it's a truck driver so they're gone all the time. Just keep it on the butt.
Hey, always want to say something crazy.
I'm serious as hell.
I know you are. That's why they say you're crazy.
They're like, no, my husband's a truck driver. I'm like, oh, you have the perfect relationship. Yeah. You with me, quite Storm?
No, I don't envy any military spouse because, like Lloyd said, you do have to. You have to be all things, and then I'm talking about Tasha and Ann, of course, but she has to be mom to these little ones. She wants her own. She's starting her own makeup line. She has a lot that she's doing. So, that whole video that Aunt did, I was in tears because I know they're the real. Yeah. I know that they're.
It just, I just realized
she said dependents are Karens of the military. I'm trying to get rid of mine. Marriage is not for me.
That's what I'm saying. Truck driver life.
I love being married. I love being married. Now, is it always perfect? No, never gonna be. But I
was married a whole 6 months, and he died last week.
No. Household 6. Hey, that means when your wife runs everything, hey, she got to run through the wife. Run through household 6. That's how you. And everybody knew what it meant. It meant like, hey, I'm not gonna go if my wife don't bless up on it.
28 years, Shelby's 500. Were you?
You've been married 28 years? I didn't even know nobody that long. I can't do 28 days. 20 months.
Hey, she said, can she come up on here real quick?
Yeah, I'll come up.
All right. Thank you, Dawoo.
What's up, Ace?
Queen Mother.
I love you, Ace. Ace is in the house.
Uh-oh. All right, y'all. We go. Tasha's in the house now. There we go.
Wonderful.
Queen wave.
Nice to meet you, Tasha. Can I say nice to meet you, Tasha?
Hi, Cupid. So, when you say household 6, and they're like the commander who runs the house when the husband or the other spouse is gone?
No. Household 6 is all the time. Not when they're gone.
No. See, but you can't equate that to dependence. Being called a dependent is not a good thing at all.
No, we know that. I know that.
Okay, I was like, wait.
No.
Wait. Tell me what that is.
No, I wasn't playing no. A dependent is what you would
I
call
want her to tell me her version.
All right, go for it.
So
What's the Navy's version?
A dependent is what we call the Karens of the military. They are the ones who they use their husbands or spouses. Mainly it's women. Let's be honest. Dependents are normally mostly women. They're not always women, but they are mostly women. They are the spouses that use their husband or spouse rank for their benefits. They will park inside of a chief parking spot and say, my husband is the CO. They don't want to hang around women whose spouses are just enlisted.
There you go.
Or do not have a certain rank. And they are really also the type that 9 times out of 10 they sit at home on their ass and don't do shit.
Right, there you go. Tia Vanilla and dependent means because the name comes because they're dependent. So when you get married, that is your dependent. So most of it is also wives. We call dependents.
That part too.
Because what they do is,
they cheating a lot.
They are the ones that marry. They marry because they know the benefits that come, not because of the benefits that come with being married to the person they love, but the benefits that come with being married to a military spouse. The insurance, the life insurance, the health insurance, the pretty much getting to travel to these different places, but they don't do anything.
That's right.
Military men are some of the most victims. They tend to be victims to these women that are black widows, dependents. Because they know that when the man leaves, dependopotamus, that's another one, that when the man leaves and goes on deployment, if they have access to everything, because the thing is, when you leave, you get what is a power of attorney.
Yes.
When Anthony went on deployment, I had power of attorney. I was the one responsible for paying the bills, making sure most of our stuff was auto pay anyway, so it came out automatically. But little stuff like making sure food in the house, making sure I gotta call maintenance to fix stuff, I gotta do this, do that, go to the bathroom.
Yeah, because usually on base, a lot of things go off your husband's social security number. And so what happens is when the wife has that, she's empowered with that power of attorney. Now, this is another thing about a dependent. See, this difference between dependents, dependopartments, and household sixes. You want to know when the club post is jumping the most?
From dependopartments.
Right.
No P mom. Actually, no. A TikTok mom did not. A TikTok lady did not start that term dependopartments.
No, that's always been around.
That's been a thing.
That's been around. And think about it.
Been around.
I retired
Can I ask you guys a question? Let me ask you guys a question.
Hold on.
I had some friends.
Hold on. Real quick, let me see this real quick. The club on base is the most jumping when people are deployed. The clubs around base are most jumping when all the husbands are deployed.
I had a friend who was Army, and to be honest, a lot of military people get married super quick because there's a thing called BAH.
Yeah.
You cannot get BAH, which is basic allowance for housing. It is extra money that is meant to help you where you live, like your housing situation. And each state is different because different cost of livings across the board. So here in Hawaii, it's a lot greater than when we were in Virginia. And they will change to compensate that because of where you're going. So you don't get BAH unless you have a dependent. Now, your dependent does not necessarily have to be someone you're married to, but it's the quickest way to get it. Your dependent can be your children. So even if Anthony and I were not married, we got 3 children. He's still going to get that BAH.
Well, no, hold on, real quick. He only gets the BAH if you give him at least 51% of the custody.
Visit custodial.
Right, because if you're 100% and he doesn't, they'll give him death, BAH death. But for him to get full, he has to have at least a certain percentage. Now,
most people.
No, I had a question about why. I used to live on a base with my daughter's father, and they were all military, right? So I used to live on the base with them, and I was about 19, and the husband cheated outside of his marriage and had a kid or something, but I don't know. But they were explaining to me that like the military does not play when you have like extramarital stuff.
I'm gonna be honest. It depends. If you have a soldier seller, Kayla, get out the bathroom. Put your underwear on. Get out. 2-year-old, 3-year-old. So if you have a military person who is a good seller, a good soldier, their accolades are amazing, they are worth keeping. They will go to that for that person.
Yep.
If you're a shitty seller, then no, they like shit.
Now here's how they
He was Army. He was Army.
Okay, but listen.
He was Army.
Hey,
it was in Tacoma, Washington.
Adultery is the hardest thing to prove because you must catch them in the action, and you must either have it videotaped or something like that. What they'll do, they'll get you unbecoming. They'll get you more unbecoming than they will for adultery. Now, I'll tell you this. I was going through my separation with my first wife, right? And so when my ex-girlfriend, my son's mom was pregnant, I asked her and said, hey, can I be my girlfriend? I said, I'm separated and my divorce is almost final. This is what the guy said. Is your divorce final? I said, no. He said, you show up with anybody other than who's on them papers, we gonna get you. I'm like, this dumb mother sucker. I'm like, knowing that my divorce is about to be final, but if I show up with the person I'm with now, that they'll try to hang me. Stupid.
Right. So what about when you guys get divorced? Like I heard that the military, like you better take care of your family.
Yeah. Okay, let's like this.
If you have
divorced,
kids,
right?
If you have, yeah.
All right, all right. So there's 3 statuses in the military. There's married, single, and divorced. You can never be married and be single again. You're always called divorced now. If you get married.
So, but no, I mean, because I know that when he got divorced from or left his baby mama or got divorced or whatever, like the military was on his head for not paying child support and on his head for not taking care of that family.
That's true.
They will. They will. That is true in itself. They're not okay with you making these children and not taking care of them. They're going to make sure you take care of the children. But as far as the cheating go in itself, it really does a lot of the time depend on the type of seller you are.
Well, and the rank too. Rank sometimes is a privilege. Because
they have this thing when you're on deployment in the Navy called boat booze. This is where when they get on that ship and they leave for deployment, people start to link up. Let me not say everybody because it ain't everybody.
Yep.
But people start to link up.
Yep.
And then when deployment is coming to an end, they have to break those ties. And you have women that are literally on the deck because they have some reason they have an impression that this person is fit to leave them for them.
They're going back to their
body. So is that why we see those? Is that why we see those TikToks of those girls talking about at the graduation? Your man, these soldiers that keep getting checked. There's a lot of female soldiers that are getting ready to leave boot camp or whatever, and talking about your man, whatever.
Yeah. Hey, check out. So when I was an instructor, right? When I was an instructor, I used to always give a briefing to all the people when I was an instructor. I would say, y'all, you're here to learn. You're not here to meet your next ex. Because everybody in the military, they try to hook up so fast. I mean, everybody wants to be, I'm with this person, I'm with that person. Or just when they're in Korea, or even them women on the boat, in Korea, you know what we used to call them? A queen for a year. Because you get an ugly girl in Korea who's like a 3, she is 7 in Korea. Because
it's the same way when they go on deployment. Yeah. Them 3s turn into 7s after such and such amount of time. Yeah. Not to mention, hey.
Call them a queen for a year.
Honestly, when you join the military is kind of like, it's like college. You ever seen the people who have never been away from home, never have gone too or strayed too far from home, and then they end up going to a college that's such and such miles away from home, and they start acting up because they have that sense of freedom? That is the military for a lot of people. People who have not been away from home and are trying to break free, it turns into a huge free for all. Because it's like, I got my freedom. My mama can't tell me nothing. I'm free.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen...
As a wife of a...
Go ahead.
Hold on, let me get quiet, bro.
Hey, so before she gets back, I mean... You ever heard this term called a barracks rat? A barracks rat is that girl. Every time I come to check on the barracks, I see this girl. Then I come check on the barracks, and now she's in someone else's room. I go check the barracks. Now she hanging out with another. I'm like, what the hell is that? Man, they got them call it a barracks rat. She just going from room to room. Yeah.
So they had plenty of them on his old shit. They had plenty of them.
So it's that sneaky links.
How do you deal with that as a Navy wife? Right? One of the things I love about watching you, Tasha, is your confidence. I don't care if you have that on your head or your hair is done. Like you exude confidence. So, how do you deal with that as a Navy wife? Do you just not deal with the insecurities, or you just trust your husband that much? Like, how do wives deal with that? I don't have those type of trust and jealousy issues because, for one, my husband has never done anything to me to make me question what he's doing. I have no reason to doubt my husband at all. Now, I feel like a lot of people, when they start, some people have their own insecurities that have nothing to do with the person that they're with. That's just their own insecurity. Yep. Personally, for me, I realize that I can be, listen, Right.
I can cook, clean, make sure my body stay right and all of that. As a man or even as a woman, if that's what you want to do, that's what you're going to do.
Right.
And at that point, when you do what you do, I already told my husband, you cheat on me, there is no more. There is no another. I'm gone. I'm gone.
No.
I'm gone. I just can't deal with that. That's for me.
Tasha. And Tasha, I like how Tasha said that's for her. I'll tell you this. My first marriage should have probably been over at 8 years, but it took 12. Because that wasn't for me. When my ex-wife had cheated on me, and I looked at how much I had invested, I was like, yeah, I used to say that. I'm not trying to say that shit. I remember I used to be like, man, she cheat, I'm out of here. Man, I'm gone. She cheated, I was like, baby, what I do? I'm just saying, for me. And
listen, real right. As a therapist, I do couples therapy. And so I talk to people about this all the time.
Yeah, some people don't
and a lot of people don't understand that what you said, Lloyd, is a big deal. And even myself, even outside of therapy. But the truth is this. Some people will put the hardest part of a breakup, especially if there's cheating, is this. I did all this time, energy, and money for fucking nothing. Nothing. And I refuse to lose, so I better make it something. Because I don't want it to be because of nothing. Right. And that's what keeps people in relationships.
That is true.
Longer than they need to be.
Yeah, so for me, the one and done is because, for one, I've been down that road where I was in a relationship for 5 years and constantly kept giving chances of dealing with that. Yes, I understand that this is not a girlfriend-boyfriend thing. This is a marriage with a husband and wife. But for me, the issue then becomes, I started to think about things like this. You want me to take you back and to forgive you and to say things like, oh, well, we put all these years in, why would we give that up? My thing is, you ain't give a fuck about them years. Now, all of a sudden, because you want forgiveness, now all of a sudden, because you want to move past the things that you have done, all of a sudden, it's look at the years we put in. Look at the good times. Look at that. Were you thinking about that when you decided to slide up in between her? Were you thinking about me, my feelings, our family, our relationship, our children, or anything at that point in time? No, you were not. You did what you did on account of that you wanted to do it. You didn't care, but now all of a sudden that you want that forgiveness and that, I got caught. Let's figure this out.
People they're only sorry they got caught. They ain't sorry they did it. They just sorry they got caught.
And the thing is, I also think about my health. You're laying down not knowing what you're going to get up with and bring that back home to me.
That's right. Well,
I don't got time for that.
Well, but Tasha,
I'm going to tell you how I got through my insecurity, because I used to be insecure when I was young as a person, right? Because I've been through so much trauma and all that shit. I'm going to tell you my idea now. My thing is this. If the bitch does enough to get you, she can have you.
But real quick.
Take care of your fucking kid and get off the line.
Can I play devil's advocate, right? I'll play devil's advocate. All that sounds great, and you guys are right about that. What Tasha just said, that's a valid point, especially when you were doing that, you weren't thinking about all the years. I just say with me, it was more like, okay, sometime, and now think about it. I was in the military now. I've been in the military for about 16 years. So part of me was also thinking about that child support. Damn, man, she leave me right now. I got that child support too. Because, or if I leave her, I got to pay that child support. And I was also thinking, I had been married since I was 19. Here I am about to be 31 years old. And so,
see, I don't believe getting married that young either.
Right. So I'm trying to say, 19 to 31, that's almost my whole adult lifetime I was married. So being single, being alone, not knowing how things were going to be without my children, that was a scary situation. So for me, it wasn't just, okay, she cheated, I'm rolling out. It was, she cheated, I never had a backup plan. See, one of my sergeants once said something to me. He said, always have a backup plan. And I was like, why? He said, because if she ever does cheat, you won't go jump off a building. So what do you mean? I said, you will never have in their head that it could happen to them. And if you have in your head, it'll never happen to me. It'll never happen to me. And when it happens to you, you'll break down. Oh, it happened to me. So
not going to break down, that I'm not going to feel no type of way. But when the question arises of, oh, can we work this out now? That'd be me. Yeah. However, I'm going to break down. My biggest issue, which is why I'm working so hard now, is that mainly, and I talked about this with Ebony, mainly when it comes to us women, when we have children, we tend to have, we end up at home because carrying a child in itself is a lot on one person's body. The body goes left, right, up, down. And as I said, I am a type of person where I have super hard pregnancies. I had pneumonia with Kylie. I lost 30 pounds. By the end of my pregnancy, they said I gained 5 pounds because I lost so much. Wow. Caleb was on my sciatic nerve. I had trouble walking. I fell down the steps while pregnant with Caleb. Because my legs gave out on me because he was on my nerves. I done been in the hospital with oxygen machines on because I can't breathe, acid reflux. Cairo, I had Bell palsy. So my face looked like I had a stroke. So it's like with me having the pregnancies that I have, I always thought that, you know what, I'm going to be that person that can work and be pregnant because I've seen so many people do it. Unfortunately for me, that was not the outcome. So I ended up now being a stay-at-home mom of 3 children that when I go to fill out a resume or there's a long gap. So if Anthony and I were to be over today or tomorrow, guess what? Guess where I'm going? I got to figure out where I'm going and what I'm doing because I didn't build anything for myself in this period of time. Okay, so that's when you come see a resume writer like me and I'll fill in that gap. Because while you was a mother, no, really.
We don't have to talk about this because he ain't going nowhere.
I know he's not. No, what I'm saying is I tell a lot of people as a mother, they don't look at how they manage people's life. You manage appointments. You manage medications. Okay? You did time management. All those things. I love it when I get the military.
Right. Lloyd, I need you to do my resume. Lloyd about to say everything I did with my children and flip it into the...
Look.
Lloyd gonna be like, what did you do at your job? I was a dishwasher. You are an underwater ceramic technician.
Damn Skippy. Damn Skippy. That's what I tell. Hey, you was a what do they call what do they make a porcelain? I said no, you was a porcelain technician. You ensured that there was
listen, let me tell you what a dope deal is.
There's actually, hold on, Cuban. There's actually a video of a guy where it's like he was like, I was an underwater ceramic technician. That equated to being a dishwasher, but it sounds more fancy to say than dishwasher.
Hey, listen, my homeboy who used to sell big weed, you know what he put on his resume?
What's that?
An agricultural commodity broker.
See?
Agricultural commodity broker.
No, so really, all right, so what I did is, right, a military spouse that came over and she had told me, she said she had like a 6-year gap. And I said, no, we're going to fill in that 6-year gap. And what we did is, I made that person self-employed, okay? And then what we did is, and if she needed to put how much money she was making, we took a dip from what the husband was making, and we was able to put that into the household, and how much you're saving the household, and put it on top. Because think about it, when someone is at home, you're saving the household money for daycare, you're saving the household money for everything. So what happens is, you then throw it on top and say, nope, this is your salary right here. And here's how you justify it. And we teach them how to talk about
now you got bookkeeping and accounting now.
Yes. Bookkeeping,
accounting. I did the schedules.
Yep, I'm telling you.
Administrative assistant.
Yeah, look.
But the one thing I can
pharmaceutical representative.
The good thing about the military, there is a couple things, and the pandemic, to be honest, the pandemic honestly made me realize a lot of things. Like I know from my husband, my husband never was thinking about doing 20 years in the military. That was never his first thought of doing 20 years. However, we now 3 kids in, 6 years married. and the pandemic hit, and we watched so many people be out of a job and struggle, and he still had a steady paycheck from the military. And it made you kind of rethink, like, damn, well, you know, granted, my husband gonna find a way to make his money anyway.
Yeah.
But that stability in it. And then a lot of people don't know is that there are programs for the spouses that people don't know about. So if you are married to somebody in the military, look at my CAA.
Hey.
I literally have my medical assistant certification, and I also have administrative office, so I can do medical billing and coding.
Hey, real quick. And right now, your husband already has his bachelor's, correct?
Yep.
Check this out. If he's gonna stay in, he needs to send some of that post 9/11 to you or some of the kids.
At this point, I think he done gave in, because by the time he in this enlistment, he'll be at 8 years, and he already said he re-enlistment. That's 12 years, sir. You are past the halfway point.
Exactly. But hear what I'm saying though. The thing is, if he's gonna give some of his college, he could give college to you guys, right? If he's gonna transfer to you, he owes 4 years from the day of transfer. So you always transfer early to make sure that you have that 4 year buffer. So if he's gonna now the best thing about it, if he transfer 1 month to everybody in the family, and at that point, let's say you want to start school, he can start giving you more months as you're going to school. And if you don't use them all up, he can then say, okay, who's going to school next? He can start giving them some months. Or
because I know now, I think before you used to have to only be in like 4 years. Now you have to be in at least 6 years, and still telling them that you still have to re-enlist for another 4 years. So in total, you have to do 10 years before you can transfer.
That's correct. You gotta do 10 years before you can transfer. But there
are outside of that though. But like I said, outside of that, they have military spouses program. So for women, and I wholeheartedly, like, this is stuff I didn't know. So I always try to do my best now to new people coming in, new people that never deal with the military, because outside of me, with him being in the military, I have one family member who had a military spouse. And she is the only person I can talk to. The thing is, we talking about her spouse being in before I was born. So things have kind of changed in some aspects, the way that things operate. So I had to learn a lot on my own and how to go about doing things on my own and not be that. I know I'm nowhere near a dependent, but I never wanted to feel like a dependent either.
Hey, I see what you said. Hold on.
To where I'm just sitting and doing nothing.
Well, you said, does that affect spouses using GI Bill? No, it's called Poison 11. The husband can give some over. Now, there's more tricks of the trade. Other reasons why he wants to do more years. When you look at retirement, right, and disability, okay, like Eddie Brock and myself, we're both 100% VA disabled. That means right. That means the VA.
Y'all had to do like 20 years though, right?
No, there's people there's a lot of people who do less than that. But hear what I'm saying though. If you're single, 100% is $3,000 a month. If you're married, see now everybody don't know your dependents and your children only get extra money when you're getting your VA. But a husband and a wife gets the same amount of money. You know how people talk about, military, they just have a bunch of babies so they get more money. That's not true. You get the same amount just for a spouse. But with the VA, you get more with your dependents. So what happens is, you get $3,000 off the rip. All right? Like, if you're 100% just by yourself. With your wife, you get an extra $200. Every child gets an extra $180. So I'm not gonna say how many of my children are still eligible because I'm gonna tell. And then here's another thing: if he's 100%, all my kids that go to college, they get $1,268 stipend, and my wife gets to go into college right now. That's because
so
I'm 100%.
What it is. So what it is that you don't have Cuban. You don't have to do 20 years to get your 100%. Nope. For some people, they do have to fight for their 100%. But the biggest way to get that 100% is one, keep track of your own records. Because the military quick to say they wrote something down but didn't write that shit down.
Yes.
Or they can't find it. So get your printouts of your medical records and make sure you have those in.
Guess what I do now for a living, Trish? Guess what I do?
It's Tasha.
I mean, Tasha.
Are you always calling me?
Why don't I say I'm Trish?
He don't call me.
I can't read. Tasha.
He called me Tish earlier. He said Tish earlier.
I know.
Now
I don't know why I said it's a tease. It's I don't know why it's my. But anyway.
Well, just say envy.
Tasha, hear me out. Hear me out. Hey, guess what I do right now anyway? I'm a VSO. I help veterans with their VA claims. That's what I do now. So, yes, you do not have to, like, my daughter only did 4 years in the Navy. She's 70%.
He tired, y'all.
Okay? Yeah, I'm just tired. I've been up since early this morning doing all kinds of stuff.
He called you Tisha yesterday too when I brought your name up because I said Tasha. I said I'm always trying to speak to Tasha and she never speaks to me.
And that was just so exciting to go. Okay, anyways.
I see. I'm like, who the fuck is Tisha?
Oh, all right. Where when I needed you? Hey, I'm here. Hey, what the thing? I work at a veterans office, so I do education and I do VSO. So, anyways, like I was about to say, so the reason why you want to do 20 years is because when you're getting $2,400 on top of $3,600, and I get that every first of the month, and I sit back and say, let it go. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Dawoo got jokes right now. I'm just going to tell you. I'm a screenshot to Lloyd. I can't even say that. I can't say it to y'all in public.
I'm just tired, man. Leave me alone, Dawoo.
I'm gonna have to tell it to you. Hey, Tasha, I'm gonna follow you on IG so I can send you shit.
Well,
he was serious too, Trish.
All right.
That's my mama.
Tasha, I apologize. I'm tired. I've been up.
He's called me Tisha.
Wait. Tasha, hear me out. Tasha. Listen, Tasha, wait. Tasha, look at me.
And just say my name one more time. Tasha, wait.
Hey,
hold on.
Look at me.
Are you going in here?
Watch this.
Leave the door alone. Ow, damn it.
Oh, did you? I wonder what his name was. All right, so
Tasha. All right, I'm listening.
Hey, I'm still shell shocked from everything today. That's all I gotta say. I'm still shell shocked. Hey, mic drop.
Everybody's feeling confused. That's what you should. No, that's why I gotta shoot you. What Dawoo, shoot Tasha right now because you got her numbers. Shoot Tasha what you just said to me.
Hey.
So they can laugh.
I'm still on shell shock.
Be careful,
Y'all better leave me alone.
Don't push him.
Leave me alone, y'all. Hey, leave me alone.
Hey, Tasha, guess what I'm starting? Did you hear?
What?
Were you in there when I said? She said no. She ain't gonna send to you. Whatever.
No. Stop.
Anyways, I'm gonna start. Yes, I am gonna do it. I'm gonna start Cuban social media investigations.
Oh Lord.
Stop.
We're gonna call it bonnets and bums.
Oh God.
Told Denise to put you on.
We're not picking on him. But he definitely said my name. He made sure he said my name like 9 times to get it right. Tasha, listen. Tasha, let me say something. Tasha.
Hey, it's been a long day, okay? Anyways, back to what we were saying. Hey, what time? Hey, wait, is the man going live yet?
He's probably live now.
Oh, okay.
He probably live now.
But
y'all know
that's so ironic. Someone named Trisha just came in.
Oh no, he's not live yet. He's not live yet.
Hey, I see Anthony right now. If you pronounce my wife's name wrong one more time.
Yeah, it don't say he live right now. I don't see his name.
Oh, they tried to defend. I almost called. I don't know what I almost called you. Shit, Lloyd.
Yeah.
I almost called you Lloyd because the DA selected Lloyd.
No, but
he happy I'm distracted, so I can't take over his live.
Hey, but all I'm saying is this, though. All I'm saying is this: is the retirement plus disability that you'll get every month outweighs getting out with just disability.
Right. Would you stop screaming, you weirdo?
Wow, and nobody told me? All I'm going to tell you is this. You and Lloyd are going to get cussed out. Don't trip.
What?
There go King Pyro.
I'm getting cursed out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting cursed out.
Oh, yeah.
I think the topic of conversation for his live, he ain't live yet, but I think he making TikToks. That's what I was showing y'all. He was doing that was behind the scenes of him doing a TikTok. How many times he done opened? What do you mean, you weirdo? He done opened that door about 10 times trying to get this TikTok right.
My uncle's in disability pension for 20 years. It's good money here in
My
Australia.
brother's good. He's
Australia gets paid good.
Listen.
So do they get paid well too in the military in Australia?
Listen, I've come to find out. I thought about
Get up,
I thought
bitch.
about joining the military.
Take care of your kids and get off the live.
Every time I said I was, are you guys?
I see you, Lily.
Every time I told my husband I was joining the military, I got pregnant, so I just stopped talking about it. I said I quit. I'm not finna do this. Literally, he went on an underway, and when he came back from the underway, we were supposed to go talk to the recruiters. And instead of us going to go talk to the recruiter, he got a surprise pregnancy test that said you're pregnant.
So you think he did it on purpose?
No.
Hell yeah.
No. What happens is
we was working on it.
Hey, look. Hey, when you go underway and you've been gone that long, that's all you want to do when you get back. In fact, we call that the baby cycle of the military. Whenever they come back, you see a baby boom. Because everybody, them babies.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. My dad was Navy. My father was Navy.
Then the second time, I said, I want to go talk to the recruiter. He said, all right, we're going to talk to the recruiter. He came off the deployment, pregnant. Got pregnant right away after deployment. I was like, yeah, I quit this. I'm done with this.
How many times have you been on deployment?
One. So they have a rotation. Kayla, give me a diaper for Cairo. They have a rotation, and depending on your job, determines what your sea duty, which is you being on a ship and possibly going on deployment, versus shore duty, which is what he on now, where he get to come home every day. So for Anthony, it's 5 and 3, which means he spends 5 years on a ship, which is possibly 1 to 2 deployments. And then he spends 3 years on shore, which is what he's on now.
So how long will he be gone? How long will he be gone?
It's like 6 or 7 months at a time. 9 months.
Right now we're not sure where we're going. At this point, we kind of hoping for Virginia, because for my mental and my postpartum depression, Virginia is the best bet, because we are from the East Coast. We're from Philly. And Virginia is only 4.5-hour drive from Philly, which means if I want to go home, I can drive to go home.
Yep.
Compared to Hawaii, where we're at now, it was over $3,000 for us to go home. I said, to the hell with this.
Well, Tasha, see, a lot of people don't understand how important a location is for especially spouses with family.
Right.
When you have
it's cool to travel, but then it's cool to travel and see things, but then it'd be difficult being away from everyone, right?
That's a perfect example. 4 deployments, baby, after each return, next deployment overseas. So what I say is this. If you are, because there's a lot of military people here that have retired here.
Yep.
There's also a lot of military people that's like, we left the island and we want to come back. People who are like, yeah, they need to send me back to the island. If you are not a close-knit family, like my dad's side of the family is with me, this wouldn't bother you. But when we start talking about having 3 children and all 3 children are under the age of 5 and daycare is $1,500 a child, in pre-K is not free because unless your child has an IEP, there is no free preschool here. You gotta pay for that. And a lot of times, being in Hawaii, a lot of these preschools they put the natives here, the Samoans, Hawaiian, Polynesian. They put them higher up if you send your kids out in town. So like they will move your kid to the top. If your kid got more than what my kid got. Yes, $1,500 a child.
Wow.
So that's why you stay home, right?
What is you?
Yeah, because sometimes you save more money. Sometimes you save more money if you look at,
Yeah.
you know, the cost of it. It's like,
I can see that.
okay, if you go get a job and you bring home this much, but we have that much going out. If it's not,
There are homeless people here. There are a ton of homeless people here because ever since the military came in and the colonizers came in and made Hawaii become the 50th state, there are a lot of Hawaiian people that cannot afford to live in these houses.
all right, she's saying the sound is muffled. Is it my sound or everybody's sound?
Is it my sound?
I think it's mine. Because I hear the feedback.
Dude, I'm supposed to get this vaccine, so I'm muffled. Is it still muffled? Is it still muffled?
Facts. Hawaii was definitely made an illegal state. They can't afford to stay out here. They have 3-bedroom houses. They have 3-bedroom houses with 1 bathroom. Caleb, stop. Less than 1,500 square feet for $1 million. Why? Because of the scenery outside their door.
Ladies, I don't want to cut you guys off, but it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I literally drove in at 1 o'clock in the morning yesterday.
Caleb, stop.
So I've been up I'm on 3 or 4 hours of sleep and mad hours driving.
Hey, you just call them beach bums. They're not bums.
Caleb, stop.
I was homeless for 15 years, and I was not a bum. I'm just saying. Anyways, Lloyd, I know you're going to call me when you need to call me. Call me when you need to call me.
Hey, but everyone, thank you so much for coming in, Tasha.
I'm so glad I got to meet you, Tasha, formally meet you.
I'm going to get some rest.
I'll be live tomorrow, y'all. I will be live tomorrow at 12:30 Hawaii time. Makeup day tomorrow.
Uh-oh. I heard that makeup day.
All right.
Good night. Hey, thanks for coming. Good night to you, too. Good night, everybody. Love you all, too. Thank y'all so much. It was a great live. Hey, my sister, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Queen Mother, you, too.
Love you.
Love y'all. Take care.
Motherfuckers.